I'd like to appreciate the efforts of the conveyors of this conference. Being one of the newest members of our great party, I decamped from the SDP in the first quarter of the year 2022, and I was pretty lucky to contest for the Senate, the seat of the Senate, under this platform the very next year. So I would say that this gathering has been quite enriching, having been run through the history and the successes and of course the challenges our party currently faces. I would appreciate if we have more gatherings of such nature so that not just the history is shared, our ideologies and philosophy can also be endeared in our hearts. And this would actually in turn give room for growth, because in as much as many people decamp out of our parties due to the challenges we're facing, it's important to note that our gates, as our previous speakers have spoken, especially our party chairman has spoken, our doors and gates remain open wide. However, it's important that we define our party's ideologies and philosophies that will translate into formidable policies which we can sell. Over the weekend, I was privileged to receive thousands of decampees in Kogi Central. And I would say boldly that in the entire country, that has been, yes, they do say that politics is local. So I'm proud to say that in as much as our party has lost a number of prominent people recently in Kogi Central, we did win thousands of new decampees. And that stride was very simple for me. Mind you, I'm saying me because yes, we're here gathered at the national level, but politics is local. And we are all respective ambassadors of this party down home to our various communities. It was easy for me to achieve this feat because of my strides. Now, for the fact that I've been illegally suspended in the past 4.5 months, that didn't stop me from carrying out my functions as a senator and as a member of this party, because I see myself as an ambassador of the PDP. And at this point, permit me to regress a little bit to speak fondly of Professor Jerry Ghana. He's a man I've known for many years, and he's a man who has shared bonds with my late father. They attended the same school, which is presently known the Abdulaziz Atta Memorial College. Then it was called the Premier Secondary School of the Old Kaba Province, and then it changed its name to Okene Secondary School. That is the secondary school that 2 weeks ago, I was privileged to share 700 computers to the students of your alma mater, dear sir. And I did mention that politics is local. We are all ambassadors, and if we are on the agenda to recruit new members and to endear our party in the hearts of people, if we are trying to position ourselves as the party to beat or the true opposition in the 2027, then we must be very intentional in how we carry out this message is for the elected officers, whether you're a governor, you're a senator, you're a member of the House of Representatives, you're a member of the House of Assembly, you're a local government chairman. Every day leading to every week and every month to the 2027 elections are very critical. So we must be very intentional with what we do. Because while words are important, yet they are cheap, actions will take the fore in what we are going to sell to the new recruits of our party. So thank you so much. I will leave the remainder of my speech to the conversations that we'll have after.
Yeah, many people even forgot that we are the ones who brought all this together. The Universal Basic Education Commission, the Tertiary Education for TED Fund, other the universities would have already died, but for what that institution we created. And you know, the National Communications Commission, I was serving as Minister of Information at that time. Believe you me, small as I am, we're the one who did the first memo about this thing, this GSM that we're kind of enjoying now. I took the memo to President Obasanjo. And one of the things that the PDP leaders do, when there's something good, they approve. I took it to him and said, now look, the whole of Nigeria, we have less than 500 lines in the whole country. Less than 500,000. But here is a new technology. If we bring it to Nigeria, we'll soon be able to have millions of lines. He said, Jerry, I wasn't Minister of Communication. I was just Minister of Information. But I got information, and I mobilized and informed him well. And he acted. And Obasanjo, fantastic leader, he approved. And then once we approved, we set up the NCC. We had to set the first lines. You have to now find out who those who have the engineering capacity to be able to roll it out. Please, when you are in government, you are doing things, give jobs to those who are able to do. Don't follow, otherwise they will let you down. People with capacity. People that are coming out to buy, they are not coming here. Then I got information. Alhaji Shehu Malami, he was an ambassador in South Africa at that time. I think he's now passed on to glory. I told him I was coming to South Africa. I was Minister of Information. And I went to South Africa. The president and Thabo Mbeki and Mandela were very, very nice. I now went to the headquarters of the MTN. I said, MTN, you are not coming to Nigeria. You don't know what you are missing. Come, because I was told they have the technology to roll it out. Come and buy this particular thing that we are selling now. Come, because they are not coming here at all. I convinced them. I pleaded with them. They didn't come and went back. And so they came, and they bought something. The first line was given to them. The first license, was given to them. And other ones came on. When the MTN came, and they were really, as it were, so happy with it, they forgot about Jerry Ghana. I said, don't worry. Just remember Nigerians. And the second line, by Bond, what is the second line? No, not Airtel. Glow. There was Airtel and then Glow. All right? So many of them were coming and were telling Nigerians, it's expensive now, don't worry. The time is coming when they will be begging you. At that time, it was so expensive to have a line. You need to have a lot of money to buy. But we were telling people, and I thank God I was the Minister of Information, don't worry, it will become cheap later. It is expensive. It's not cheap now. Are they not arguing for you now? By the time I asked yesterday when I was writing this paper, we have over 200 million lines. From 500. Please put your hands together for PDP. So, the PDP has really done well. And the PDP is ready to do more. Are you ready? PDP, are you ready? Nigeria is in trouble. Are you ready to rescue Nigeria? Well, I must conclude. There are so many, at the final part of my paper, I'm making a few suggestions there. That whoever is given the opportunity of really being our candidate must give Nigerians a very clear program. And I'm suggesting there about 7 major programs. I don't have the time to really go through it, but we must promote stability and good governance. We must ensure peace and security. We must transform this national economy to create wealth. Nigerians are tired of poverty, and there are tremendous resources there. I'm a geographer. There are so many resources in Nigeria. We have no business being poor. The whole of Kogi State alone the whole of Nigeria. I'm telling you. Or Niger State. Or any of these states. So many. There is no state in Nigeria where we don't have viable, wonderful mineral resources. But you know what is happening now? Because Nigeria is the most attractive economy in the entire world. If you want to grow your money, come to Nigeria. And many of them want to come. But they think, and because I don't have the time to get back to APC, you read it, but the one thing I have to point out is that they are becoming, and they're being, very evil gatekeepers. So many people want to come to Nigeria to invest. When they bring their money, they sit on the money. They don't allow the money to really get into the economy. I can tell you that PDP Nigerians are crying out for you. There are billions out there wanting to come to Nigeria to invest. If the chairman were to permit me, I will tell you now, if those resources already here wanting to just come to invest, if they were allowed to really perform, believe you me, the Naira dollar, something that is now over 1,600, isn't it? The exchange rate, 1,600. In our days, it was 167. About 760%, 760% devaluation, terrible. And money wants to come. But people are keeping it up because this is very artificial. Some people are becoming billionaires because they have little dollars to bring in and become. When PDP takes over, are you ready? We shall crush that. And believe me, the new rate will be so wonderful. Nigeria will grow. Every zone, we have about 6 zones. We are not just targeting a few billions. We are targeting trillions. And they are willing to come because there is nowhere else to invest. 200 million people, that's the market. Resources, labor, everything is there to grow your money. The returns on investment in Nigeria are one of the best in the world. So please, these people that are governing now, I think they are too selfish, too self-centered, so wicked, so deceived. PDP, I'm appealing to you, on behalf of the founding fathers, get ready, take over, and do well for Nigeria. So, my dear key leaders, members, your loyalty to this great party is the bedrock of our revival. We salute you. The Nigerian people, hope is not lost. A new PDP is emerging. A new PDP is being reformed. It's going to be responsive. It's going to give excellent leadership. It's going to move things forward. We shall not rest until Nigeria is rescued, until our economy works, until our schools and hospitals function, until security is restored, until our democracy thrives, until our national economy transforms and really create wealth so that poverty is banished from the Federal Republic of Nigeria. By the grace of God, we shall rise again. You didn't hear me? I said we shall rise again. And we shall triumph. We shall triumph triumphantly.
You know, the problem we have, I told you, the British left behind 2 crazy things: tribalism and religious bigotry. There is no political party in this country that have been able to resolve that problem. In our procedure, in our processes, in our ground norm, stipulated 6 top positions in the land, 6 geopolitical zones. Minorities, majorities will now start to have that sense of belonging. I beg you. When you hear people deciding I am moving, which political party has been able to design what they did? They were trying to build. I was on exile. I was a director under General Dia. Thank God I was retired before that phantom coup. It was Baba who came after he was released that asked me to come back. And when the whole arrangement started, I was able to listen in. My great-grand-uncle was the first Nigerian politician in this country, and that is late Papa Abat Macaulay. It was him who carried out the establishment of a political party in 1922 and said, look, who are these Oyibo people that are here? That they went to universities with them. Some of them didn't even go to any university. That the solution for this country is not the way they are doing it. When they left, when the British left, Papa was up and down, going east, west, north, south. The beautiful part of it was that he said to them, look, we can manage ourselves. Queen Victoria created the amalgamation. She didn't bother. The British didn't bother whether you are culturally affiliated or not. But they planted two evils when they left here. And we are yet to solve those problems. What are the two evils? Tribalism and religious bigotry. Now, my great-grandfather was a reverend by the British. I don't know where he got that. I think they named him George. From Lagos State, Eleshi, George Eleshi. My great-grandmother was from Nupe. No, if you come to Lagos, we have a place, Oshodi. The traditional masquerade of the Takpa people are still there till today. So when I hear people talk about tribalism, whatever, religious bigotry, my older sister married a Muslim. I sent her and her husband to the holy pilgrimage. She died. In fact, where they lived, they wanted to build a mosque. I contributed. The day she graduated from the Quranic school, I was there. She was born a Christian. She was raised a Christian. But she passed on last year. And I saw something at that burial. Gave me another introspection of what on earth is life all about. The way the Christians bury dead people and the way the Muslims bury, we need to, it's a lesson. Before I got to her house, she had been wrapped up. I said, what is this? She said, wrapped up. Yes, she's going. She died on the Salah day. The chief imam came and said, look, we need to quickly you must get to the mosque 10 minutes before 9 o'clock, because otherwise, after the prayers, people are going to slaughter the ram. Can't we, in all honesty, stand with an organization? A rolling stone gathers no much. I have appealed to many of our people. Where are you going? You know, I got to a point where I said, I looked at them. Bola is inviting them, the president. Who knows Bola than me? The one who headed out now, what was he doing with him from 1998? What was he doing? He would have been president of this country since 2007. Perpetually, he was undermining the governance that he served. I told him face to face, why are you doing this? Immediately, they now headed to ADC or whatever. I pleaded with them. And those of our friends who are there, I want to beg you. Tell them, this man threw him under the bus the first time. He couldn't get the ticket in 2007. Now, those who are still going there, tell the truth to power. Why should you be afraid? We're already on the 8th floor of life. There is no organization anywhere, political or otherwise, even management, that will never have any crisis. But your competence, your ability to sit, shut the doors, tell yourself some serious home truths, will be a measure of your competence to the public that are looking forward to you to say, let me follow this party. They know us. They are asking for us. Please, those who are still friendly there, tell them. Because after the convention period, the party is sealed. Even if we have few who are committed, who are dedicated, who are selfless, we will win. Because Nigerians know this party than any other party. I beg you, tell my stories to them. That's why all these young boys at the television station, they won't let me rest. I will tell you the truth. What am I afraid for? I beg you. And those of you who are still here, you remain the agents of this party. You remain the only source of truth, justice, and fairness for Nigeria. I can't see any solution from any other political party except grab power, share the money, father, son, and the wife. Is that what you want for your country? We suffered it. We know who this character is. I beg you. I beg you. I beg you. When we go on from now, let us exercise one thing: the trust in the Almighty God. If you put your trust in God, you fear nobody. I plead with you. It is possible. It is just self-inflicted wahala we have put ourselves. We will resolve it. In particular, let me talk to my brothers from the Southeast. I have two beautiful children, three, who are products of Southeast. I beg you. There is nothing, you can't win all the time. But if it is in the corporate interest of this great nation, please, when the time comes for you, nobody can stop it. If the Almighty God has decided that it is your turn, wait for that your turn. Sometimes you ask God, he says, no, it's not yet time. Why are you angry? By the time it will be your turn, you won't even, you won't have any problems. It shall be well with our country. Let me leave you with this. I have something here which I want to read to you. The earth provides enough to satisfy every man's needs, but not every man's greed. The earth provides enough for every man's needs, but not enough for every man's greed. Let our party rise. Let us be the advertisers for this great party. Prof, I want to thank you for this opportunity. We will from today reenact what he has done here in every zone to make sure that the party has resurrected. We had our crisis. We've been able to resolve the crisis. We are moving forward, and with God behind us, we will reach that land of freedom.
This gathering is more than symbolic. It is a affirmation that the People's Democratic Party is alive, resolute, and focused on reclaiming its rightful place at the center of Nigeria's political life. But first, we must honor the sacrifices of our party's founding visionaries, and we remember with profound respect the brave architects of our party's foundation, the likes of Dr. Alex Ikweme, whose moral courage and intellect led the G34 in challenging military dictatorship. Chief Solomon Lar, our first national chairman, whose bridge building spirit united our diversity. Alhaji Adamu Troma, whose vision, discipline, and mentorship shaped a generation of leaders, including myself here. Alhaji Abubakar Rimi, a fearless advocate for democratic governance, whose progressive politics and principled leadership gave voice to and energized the grassroots. The erudite Professor Jerry Gana, whose unflinching voice for justice and democracy continues to inspire us. My list is by no means exhaustive, but I pray and I also pay respect and homage to all our founding fathers and mothers here and the one we are soon to join in good faith. Indeed, our founding fathers stood firm for democracy at a time when it wasn't popular or even safe to do so. They endure intimidation, harassment, and in some cases face detention. Yet, they choose principle over comfort and conviction over convenience. My dear leaders, party faithful, ladies and gentlemen, the PDP was not born out of convenience. It was born out of necessity to dismantle authoritarianism and restore democratic governance. Since our historic founding in August 1998, the PDP's journey has been marked by triumphs and trials. Like any living institution, we have faced internal rifts, betrayals, and moments of national disappointment. In 2013, we witnessed one of such practices that shook us to our very core. The group of party leaders walked away from our party seeking new alliances. Today, we witness yet another. But history reminds us that splinters may form, but they do not define the tree. Movements built on political expediency collapse when confronted by lasting values, which the PDP has. As a party, we do not respond to these challenges with bitterness, though they are often unpleasant. Instead, we rest in the assurance that the People's Democratic Party remains the only political platform in Nigeria whose foundation was built on national consensus, democratic inclusion, and a clear vision for Nigeria's future to return to power to the people. We are not easily shaken because our roots run deep. The PDP offers more than a political structure. It embodies ideological clarity, resilience of spirit, and the staying power to stand and overcome turbulent winds. But we may also confront the hard truth. Much of the injury the PDP has suffered has been self-inflicted. From the Obasanjo era to this moment, we have too often jettisoned ideology in favor of personal ambition. This has cost us dearly. Yet, there is still a beauty that exists only in the PDP. Our founding vision, our commitment to internal democracy, and our true national outlook. These are not ordinary attributes. They are the very pillars that made and have sustained the PDP as the bedrock of Nigeria's democratic journey. As you can see, we are the only party standing since 1998. These remain our guiding strengths. However, let it be said and known that our doors remain open to those who wish to return. And it is my earnest prayer that in their return, they may rediscover themselves. After all, we are still the party that gave many their first political home. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we must not lose sight of the bigger picture. The People's Democratic Party was never conceived as a mere vehicle for political ambition. It was born out of national crisis of conscience when the late Chief Bola Ige famously described those 5 political parties as 5 fingers of a leprous hand. It was a dummy indictment of their indistinguishable emptiness. The PDP then emerged to offer the nation a credible alternative, rooted in principle, moral, and ideological clarity, and broad-based national consensus. And indeed, that critical moment in our history, the PDP rescued Nigeria from bleak pit. Today, again, Nigeria is in dire need of direction. Our democratic values are under strain because of living crisis. Our people, the younger generation, is losing faith in leadership, and the economy continues to suffer in depressing stagnancy. In this moment, as in times of the past, the PDP must rise as a vessel of real hope and a voice of reason. This conference is therefore not a formality, but a strategic reckoning. It gives us the opportunity to realign with our core values of discipline, loyalty, inclusive governance, and policy-driven leadership. We have spent too much trying to reconcile. Now we must truly do it and move forward. Let us draw renewed strength and purpose from the wisdom of our founding fathers gathered here today. Let us leave this hall not merely with speeches, but as sons and daughters who have been guided, corrected, and inspired by elders, resolved to build our party and reclaim our national mandate with the ultimate goal of healing and rebuilding a nation that has been badly beaten and deeply fractured. I thank every party member for standing firm. I honor our founding fathers for their sacrifices that still light our path. And I give you this assurance that under your guidance, with the determination of millions of loyal members across the country, we will not fail. We will rise to the challenge, and yes, the center will hold again. To our members, remain resilient. Our past has proven that self-inflicted wounds can be healed if we return to our core and rise above personal interests. There remains a bright and redemptive future for the PDP and Nigeria. I want to use this opportunity, which has not been in my speech, to also use this opportunity to tell our members, PDP is one, If you belong to PDP, you belong to PDP. If you can't have two parties at a time, it's better you either stay or leave us in peace. We will pick our pieces to make sure that we are.
I'm highly delighted to be here on behalf of myself and my colleagues, your governors, those that are now facing the challenges of a diminishing membership of our forum. Everybody knows that the governors are here working very hard together with the NWC to ensure that this party stands. We want to assure Nigerians and us, indeed our founding fathers who convened this forum, that the governors are working with the National Assembly, the caucuses of the National Assembly and the National Working Committee to ensure that we stand on our own, to keep the flag flying of the PDP, the umbrella covering the people. And we are guided by the guiding principles of what our erudite leader has said here today, why PDP was formed and where it is going, bequeathing good governance in our states. At the risk of sounding immodest, we are doing very well as governors. And we are doing it with humility and knowledge and hindsight that we are now having the burden of carrying the flag of the PDP that are known for good governance, for inclusion, for leaving legacies and landmarks. You go to Adamawa, you can see the infrastructure there, how the state has been folded and made to come to maximum productivity in terms of good governance that is there. You go to Bayelsa, the same thing. We are doing our best. We don't want to compare ourselves with our colleagues because we are all equal, but we are competing harmoniously and competing positively to make sure we excel. You go to Oyo, you see what the young man Shea Makinde is doing. Even carrying out projects and programs that are within the realm of the federal government. You will see what Dauda is doing in Zamfara. It is the first time you have a new lease of life going on there, fighting insecurity, providing infrastructure, even building an airport within a very short time. You go to Taraba, the food basket. Even those who left us, they were inflicted positively by the good spirit of the PDP. In Delta, the same thing. Maybe it will relapse because they have joined APC now. But certainly you have seen how they made good for us in terms of provision of good governance. You go to Akwa Ibom, the same PDP spirit. You go to Plateau, they never knew there was good governance until Caleb came. You need to see what the young man is doing. I don't have to assess myself. You know what we are doing. But certainly, I have summarized this just to underscore what the prolific speaker has said, Professor Jerry Ghana, the guiding principles of the party. We don't want to disparage the party. Yes, as the national chairman has said, we have a lot of challenges. And some of these challenges are self-inflicted injuries, deep-seated indiscipline. They were built up over the years. This National Working Committee, I think you have our confidence as governors because you are working very well. Yes, we have issues, but today you see we are together. The National Secretary has assumed his position because we are guided by the rule of law. We even had to go to INEC to find out the position of the regulator. You don't fight your regulator. And that's why we're here, creating harmony and reconciliation. As governors, we are working behind the working committee. We must thank you. They have even agreed to go if their presence is a problem. I want to tell you they have agreed to go early than their tenure. What can be more sacrificial than that? They have done that. Our state chapters are working very hard with little resources. I call them our portraits. Today we don't have any faction in our states, irrespective of what happened. It is intact. And that is why the futility of living as is eminent. It's tangible. You can touch it. If somebody wants to leave PDP to go to another place, how is this smart in thought and in thinking? Because the PDP has history, has a legacy, has a structure everywhere. And the governors are doing their best. But because we are being hunted, and we know what we are going through, and it is not for us to be coward, to be talking about it. Yes, politics is local. Some may go for certain reasons, certain permutations, certain calculations. But I think they will be proved wrong. Even our elders that have gone, we don't want to diminish them. We don't want to denigrate them or abuse them. We are telling them with humility, come back. That's what the national chairman has said. Come back. This is the house you have built where there are governors, where there are senators, members of the houses, speakers, offices, local government chairmen. You are going to a party that has no office. How is that smart? How do you want me to leave PDP with this and go to a place where there is a nullity? So this is the thought. But certainly, we reason with them maybe in terms of their own calculation. They want to actualize their aspiration to get tickets. But do you want to get ticket and lose? So please come back. You have no reason to go anywhere. I discussed with Professor Jerry Ghana the restoration of peaceful and orderly and harmonious relation within the PDP. We don't want to join issues with anybody or call names out of humility and respect for our elders who spoke to us. But certainly, as the chairman has said, we cannot take indiscipline to a level where it becomes contagious. If you are in PDP, you are in PDP. You cannot be in PDP and be in the coalition with another party. We cannot take this, with all respect. But you have all the time to decide. Coalition is an aberration. Yes, I said it. You cannot belong to two places. You cannot be an Aphrodite. You cannot be a man and a woman at the same time. The PDP is a man, and we are moving. But we will still give you opportunity to have a thought because you are our leaders. But if you are going, don't demarket us. Demarketing the PDP is not fair. Most of you actualized your political aspirations through this party. Some of them left us and caused our loss in 2015. And yet we accommodated them. And they left and came back. Some of them became governors. And some of them took tickets. This is PDP for you. It is only in PDP you get that. But certainly, we still respect them. But they should respect us too. Respect is reciprocal. We are not afraid of anybody in politics. We are standing firm behind you to work for you and for Nigerians. And we are not going to join issues. I listened to what our youth leader said from Kaduna. I am very proud of you. Stand up to be recognized. He spoke very well about this issue. As a young man, I am so ashamed. I'm also reaching the level of elder statesman. I will soon retire. When I saw him spoke, I knew Nigeria has hope because the young people have vision. They know what they want. So we are working with the National Working Committee to ensure that we have our NEC and our convention, and to have leaders that will be recruited in terms of leadership recruitment by you, who will take us to confront the APC and other parties. In doing that, we need every hand on deck. We don't need distraction. We don't want anybody to take us to the other side where we will be abusing each other. At least our founding father and mothers have said it all. We don't have to join issues and engage in unnecessary squabbles or abuses. But certainly, we want to be visionary, to be straightforward and focused. We beg our members to be patient with us. We are working together with all the governors that are remaining, and we are even giving benefit of doubt to those who have left. And Monday, they will realize and come back because they don't belong to the other side. When they come, it is always the tradition of PDP to accept them. Even other governors from other parties may come back to PDP if we get it right. And every section, every zone will be free to actualize its ambition or aspiration to govern Nigeria, to contribute positively to the growth and development of the country. I thank you, our founding fathers, for giving us the opportunity, for having faith in us. We'll work together with the National Working Committee and all the leaders of the party to convoke one of the best conventions that PDP had ever had, so that we can provide a credible alternative or platform for Nigerians to actualize their aspirations.
It gives me great joy to have the opportunity to forward a goodwill message on this very useful conference that has been organized by our founding fathers, led by Professor Uduaghan, and all those that have come together to make today possible. I think it was Victor Hugo who said that nothing like an ideal time has come. This meeting has come at the right time, and that's why I thank you all for organizing it. Because it is time for us to write our own story. It is time for us to provide direction for this great party. For many, they have already buried this party before now. But your presence here speaks volumes that no, nobody is going to bury this party. We are going to rescue this party. I say that because if we look at our country today, PDP still provides the best platform to develop Nigeria, to unite Nigeria, to make Nigeria prosperous. Nobody can challenge that because we have done it. For 16 years in power, as the Professor Uduaghan said, we made significant progress in this country. We took the country to the largest economy in Africa. Today it's just the fourth largest. We had double-digit GDP growth it has never been achieved. We had security, and most importantly, we had unity. The country was united. It wasn't about North, neither was it about South. It was about one Nigeria. This was only done under this great party. Yes, the party will have its challenges and is having its challenges. But the question we should ask ourselves is that should we abandon this party because of these challenges? Yes, mistakes have been made in the past. But the question still is, should we abandon this party? I stand here as someone who has experienced being in this party and not being in this party. I stand here as somebody who left this party with anger. Anger does not provide purpose to leadership. A lot of people who are leaving the party now are living with anger. We must live, if you have to live, based on ideology, based on plans, based on a plan for Nigeria, not on anger. Yes, we have problems. But the other parties that we're talking about also have problems. The other parties, especially the ruling party today, has already spent almost 12 years in government. Does their record any better than PDP? Of course not. So what are they offering Nigerians that PDP cannot offer? Ladies and gentlemen, when we go to our states, and I'm sure a lot of you will realize in your states, the party is still well accepted at the grassroots level. It is not that the Nigerians have rejected the party. I speak for my state. When I go, what do they tell me? Sir, please take care of what is happening at the top. The grassroots here were okay. Their concern is what is happening here in Abuja. So what does that tell us? We, including me, you, we are the problem. We must agree to put the people back at home first and put Nigeria first. Yes, we will have differences. We've been having differences. But we must agree that whatever it takes, we must sit down, lock ourselves up, and find a solution. Early May, people said, no, we cannot move forward. We cannot have and obey what we felt was the view of the law and restore Samayawa. Because when he gets there, he will lock the office, no meeting will take place. But we have NEC tomorrow. Where I'm saying that don't let this propaganda divide us. Whatever those difficulties are, we have the capacity, the sagacity to resolve those problems. And I want to appeal to all of us because we are the solution to this party. And if we make our mind that this is a party that will make it work, I am confident it can work. 16 years speaks a lot. We have all heard that the likes of Jerry Ghana, Alex Ekweme, and co built this party and bequeathed it on us. It cannot be under our time, in our generation. God forbid that this party will go down. Because history will not be fair to any of us. Let me tell all of us that are here, history will not be fair to any of us. If it's under our time, God forbid, this party goes down. So we don't have an alternative. Let it be seen that we gave it all it took. We did our best to rescue this party, not to abandon and run out. It is not acceptable, ladies and gentlemen. I will not be part without giving it all my best. I am a fighter. I will never give up. And I don't believe that the problem before us is unsurmountable. Everywhere in the world, politics is about give and take. Politics is about saying, this is what you want. We will find a solution. And my own appeal to those of you who are here, before we leave here today, as we go into the next few days, let us agree that leaving PDP is not an option. That is not an option. What is an option is to be fair to everybody. We cannot trample on people's rights. We must negotiate and find a way forward. I hope with these few remarks, ladies and gentlemen, we can set the tone of providing that platform that will restore this country. Because this country needs a party with history, with legacy, with philosophy, and with great men and great women.
What we are saying is that PDP is the leading party, is the leading opposition party. Any such thing should be under leadership of our party. That is what Nigerians want to hear, and that is the difference in language. Why is that not going to work? They are our friends, they will come back. You see, we had internal issue, not because we hate each other, to do with the office of the National Secretary. It took legal issues, INEC regulation issues. Leaders said, look, let's not walk into a trap. What does the law say? What does INEC regulation say? And when we saw it clearly, we said, let's bury the hatchet, let's move to a convention, united, and elect new national officers that would drive the party. That's on one office. We had that. It took us that long. But the issue in the ADC is the entire structure in the country you're talking about. It's the entire structure in the country you're talking about. It's not about one position. I took the liberty just to know where I am in my state to request for certified true copy of the leadership structure. And it was given to me officially. And it's clear that their tenure will expire May 2026. So if somebody has given you a structure now, which structure? For God's sake, which structure? You see the legal mess people are walking into. People are looking, some of them, majority of them that have moved. I'm confident by the time we conduct a very successful national convention, do the needful, overwhelming majority will return. Not only will overwhelming majority return, we'll also get other people from other parties that will come and join the PDP. The BOT shares the views expressed. It's even illegal to belong to two political parties. And when PDP started, it didn't have a single councillor, not to talk of chairman and up to president. It was built. So we can rebuild the PDP. No matter anybody's position, it is more honorable. If you want to stay, you stay. If you want to go, you go. We are not saying people should go. We want them to stay. But it's better people make up their mind where they are. And we will rise, we will fly, and God willing, PDP will become stronger than it was in the past.
Let me say that in the life of every organization, there are times when the journey slows down. But there are times when the journey gathers momentum. It has not been easy with PDP since 2015, but we haven't drowned. We have kept our heads above water. And I think that all the issues that have attended to our party since we lost power at the center have virtually come to a point where we can say they have finally rested. And I think that the time has come and the time is now that we will develop new wings to fly again. I therefore want to salute the courage of our founding fathers for calling this meeting to re-energize us, to resensitize us. And I want to salute the courage of everyone that has remained faithful and committed to this great party. I've said it publicly that perhaps to me as a student of Nigerian history, particularly political history, that I have found no party better organized than the PDP. That is why we have survived many storms and we have come through gallantly. And I think that the history of democracy in Nigeria cannot be written without the PDP. So it is a party we are proud to belong to. It's a party we are committed to remaining in. It's a party we are committed to making sure that it meets the yearnings and aspirations of Nigerians. So let me congratulate all of us who have chosen to remain in the party. And I'm sure by the grace of God, we'll have no cause to regret. The journey to the future has begun. And I'm sure that with God's help, we will get to our destination with all sense of pride and gratitude that God has enabled us. So let me thank you for this opportunity and thank you for remaining committed to the party. And I'm sure Nigerians will continue to thank God that we did not abandon sheep when there was trouble.
When I walk in and I saw the caliber of people that are here, and I felt good. And I said to myself, this is just the beginning. The issue, like the other speakers say, there is no party without issues. In PDP, what we realize is first in agreeing that yes, there's a problem. That's the first thing we did. And I'm happy having realized that there's a problem, then what next? The next is how do you go around solving these issues? And I believe with the way things are going, we're on the right path. Ladies and gentlemen, let me remind us, Nigerians are looking up to us. Everywhere we go, the first thing they say, look, we're looking up to you. Please don't disappoint us. And for this reason, let's put all our differences, forget our differences. Let's build a stronger party in the interests of this nation. Believe me, with the way things are going, and within the next couple of months, we're able to put our house in order. Believe me, that will be the end of all the speculation and everything, and our party will be much more stronger than we can ever imagine. People are just waiting. So please, let's lay that path.
Let me extend our goodwill messages from the members of the House of Representatives. We in the House of Representatives, even though on daily basis our number keep on decreasing, but we are very committed and we are very courageous to stand with all of you at all time, and also to ensure that PDP remain the only political party that is fair, that is recognized by Nigerians. Let me also commend the conveners of this meeting today and to encourage them to engage more of our leaders. Today, I also become encouraged when I observe the faces of most of our leaders who are in this hall. This has also given us more courage and confidence that our party is still strong, and we are going to work together to ensure that Nigerians have not lost confidence in all of us as leaders. As leaders of the party, let me also borrow from our acting national chairman, who clearly stated that you are either with us or you are against us. If you are with us in the PDP, you are with us. If you are against us, you are against us. You cannot be with us and also with them. So you have to also be serious, and we have to also be committed.
The convener, distinguished members of the PDP, we welcome you to this important meeting. In fact, this meeting is preparatory to the meeting of tomorrow, so that we understand, we appreciate, and we try to solve some of the problems before we go to our main meeting. And I do believe that so far, without even getting to the main issues, that we have been able to resolve most of them. But many a times, if you don't look at your little history, you will be repeating the same problem. And I heard both the chairman and the chairman of Governors Forum have been very diplomatic and say, come back, come back. No, you don't invite nomadic politicians back to your place. These were people with a history of nomadism. If you recall, our major problem started probably 2013, 2014, when in nomadic life, your own selfish interest becomes more important than the interest of the people. So we need to understand that the lack of discipline has created this problem. We cannot keep on knowing that the black sheep in the family keeps on destroying whatever we're building, and then you say, come back. In fact, the most shocking time, the most shocking period was 2019. I'm happy that my chairman, Bukola Saraki, has found the light for not going like he did the last time. And I joked to them, I said, you are coming back. But because of the lack of discipline of the party, when we went to Port Harcourt, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5 out of the 12 candidates, all were nomadic politicians. We need, and I was happy the member from House of Representatives was talking about reward and punishment. Our constitution is specific. You leave the party, you join the queue. The party is not just to win elections. The party is also to ensure the culture of sane, real, principled politics. So even if we don't win elections, but we are one united, principled party, we will be recognized. Please, let us pay attention to what we should be doing, rather than looking at those people who will never, ever think of you, but only think of themselves. We must create a party that recognizes merit, a party that recognizes the people who can do, a party that can unite the whole of the country. Not just individuals to make money, no, please. Let me conclude by saying, I want to recognize one person, Mr. Chairman, with your agreement. I think we agreed, I signaled you. The distinguished senator who has now come to symbolize principled and morally guided people. The senator of Central Kogi State. I don't know how many women will receive 500 million. Naam? You see? So anybody who can do that, you know, is a principled, a real person that must be relied upon. I therefore use this opportunity to appeal to our minority leader to ensure that the court decision is really upheld in the Senate.
I have limited time, but I stand here to bring you message of goodwill and salutations from former ministers of the PDP, a group of people who in the 16 glorious years of PDP leadership in this country had not only sat to formulate policies and programs, but to implement those programs, which is why today Nigerians have been very nostalgic about the achievements that had been done. Building critical infrastructure and strengthening democracy and strengthening democratic cultures, growing the economy, and so on and so forth. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let us understand that life is dynamic. And because life is dynamic, in the process of that dynamism, a lot of issues, a lot of problems, a lot of challenges arise. Like any other political party, PDP is not immune to that. But what has distinguished PDP from other political parties is that over the years, in spite of these challenges, in spite of these problems, that we today remain the only political party that since 1998 retained the same name, the same logo, the same motto, the same shape, the same context, and we're still moving. PDP had the goodness that can happen to any political party in the world. We were trusted by Nigerians. We won an election 4 consecutive times, the highest ever in Nigeria's political history. Of course, we did have our own challenges, some of which were man-made, some of which were natural in the course of managing a large political party of this magnitude. I want to assure our leadership that former Ministers Forum, like always, will always be prepared to partner with you, to support you as you pilot the intricate affairs of this political party. I also want to say on behalf of the former ministers that we share the sentiments that have been expressed there. They are either a member of PDP or you are not. If you want to be a member of PDP, remain in PDP. If you don't want to be a member of PDP, it's even better for you. You move to wherever you want to go and then be a member of that political party. I also want to agree with the chief servant that indeed, no matter how you try, there are some people that are nomadic and they will remain nomadic. What we find baffling, however, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, is that people leave. And when they leave, other people stay behind to grow this party, to strengthen this party. And then those people who will fail in their mission, in their voyage of discoveries, will now come back here. What will have happened if everybody had left? Will they have made any political party? No. They will come back, and then our leadership, and I dare say, at both strata of leadership, at the world, at the local government, at the state, and sometimes even at the national, accord preferential treatment to those nomadic politicians over those who have been there to grow the party. I think it is high time that we address our priorities, Your Excellencies, Mr. Chairman. Once again, I want to thank you for this opportunity on behalf of former ministers, and I want to assure you that just like we supported the founding fathers in this endeavor that they are doing, we are also willing, in whatever way we can, to support every single effort that this party will do to reclaim our rightful position in the scheme of things in this country.
If we can put the right things in place and continue to keep the party on the track as we have started, we will win the next round of elections from the local level to the presidential. I said it during the 2023 elections that Kaduna will give the PDP its highest vote, and it did happen like that. We delivered 3 senators and 10 House of Reps members plus a governorship that was robbed away by the then governor. Thank God he is now facing the consequences of his actions, as he is politically neither here nor there. And the APC he went all in for has abandoned him and done worse to him than he did to the electoral fortunes of the PDP. Of the PDP in the last elections when he was in charge of the state. We are ready for 2027. The PDP is ready. The world needs to know this. Every citizen of Nigeria needs to know this. Every genuine PDP supporter needs to know that we have no cause to worry as a party, for we are right on track and fully prepared to win any election today and in 2027.